Welcome dear students. At the very beginning I am starting my class with the name of Almighty Creator who has created us with His own permission. Now I am going to discuss about a new topics today. Today's class is presented by MD Shukuruddin, nickname Shadul Raj, assistant teacher and coordinator British Council, Amgachi Shah Banu High School, Durgapur, Rajshahi, Bangladesh. Cell +88017219138872. Email shajalahmed@gmail.com. Online class class 9-10, subject English grammar and composition, part A grammar, unit 6, topic kinds of verbs, finite and non-finite verbs, dated the 14th October 2020. So let's go. Look at the picture and think about this. Number 1, I want to go. Number 2, we want to go. Number 3, you want to go. Number 4, he wants to go. Number 5, Raju wants to go. Number 6, they want to go. Number 7, she wanted to go. Try to understand the sentences. There are two verbs, want and go, but one verb is being sensed depending on subject and its person, number and tense. But go verb is not being sensed. But why? So our today's topic is kinds of verb, finite and non-finite verbs also. Okay? Can I go to the next slide? Learning outcome. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define finite and non-finite verbs, introduce to the infinitive and its origination, differ between simple infinitive and bare infinitive, give some examples and be self-confident. Okay? Important things to be understood. Look, finite verb depends on subjects, person, number and tense. Here, person means first person, second person and third person also, and number that is singular and plural, and tense that is basically present and past. Here, future tense will be not suitable for this session. Okay? So go to the next slide. Important things to be understood also. There is another third. Non-finite verbs don't depend on subjects, person, number and tense. Here also first person means person, second person and third person, and number that is singular and plural, and also tense, present and past. Okay? So go to the next slide. Definition. Finite verb. A finite verb is limited by person and number of the subject and changes its form according to tenses. Reference: Applied English Grammar and Composition by P.C. Dash, page number 79. Non-finite verb. A non-finite verb is not limited by person and number of the subject and changes its form according to tenses. Reference: Applied English Grammar and Composition by P.C. Dash, page number also 79. Okay? So go to the next slide. Non-finite verbs. Look, non-finite verb is included infinitive, participle, gerund, and verbal noun. Okay, so today I will discuss about only infinitive. Do you understand what I say? Well, so go to the next slide. Need to know, infinitive is a grammatical term used to refer to certain forms that exist in many languages. As with many linguistic concepts, there is not a single definition applicable to all languages. The word is derived from late Latin infinitivus, a derivative of infinitus, meaning infinite. Infinitives are used mostly as non-finite verbs. Reference: https://www.definition.net. Go to the next slide. The infinitive. Definition. As a definition, we can say an infinitive is a non-finite verb that can function as a noun, an adjective, and an adverb. Okay? Types of infinitive. There are two types of infinitive. Number one, simple infinitives, that means to plus verb. And number two, bare infinitive or zero infinitive, that means omitted to, only base form of verb. Okay? Examples. Number one, I want to leave this hotel. Look at number two, I saw him go. Explanation and analysis. In the first sentence, to leave is a simple infinitive. On the other hand, the second sentence, go, is a bare infinitive. Without to, only verb is called bare infinitive or zero infinitive. Reference: High School English Grammar and Composition by Rain and Martin, page number 81. Okay? More about simple infinitive. Infinitive can be used as noun. Infinitive can be used as adjective. And also infinitive can be used as adverb. Okay? So go to the next slide. We will discuss about all these three topics. Okay? I request you to be attentive so that you can understand properly. Okay? Infinitive. Use as noun. A. As subject of a verb. First, look at the picture, caption 1. An example, to hear is human. Look at caption 2. Example, to die is a common lot of man. Here, to die equal death. And you know that die is a verb and death is noun. So, here, to die is used as like as a noun. Okay? Look at caption 3. Forgiveness. Number 3, example, to possess is divine. Explanation and analysis. In this sentence, the infinitives to hear, to die, and to forgive are functioning as the subject of a verb is, and hence they are functioning as noun. Do you understand what I say? B. As object of a verb. First, look at number 1. They expect to succeed. Here, succeed equal success. You know, succeed is a verb and success is a noun. But here, to succeed is used as a noun. Do you understand? Look, caption 2. Number 2 example. A good man does not fear to die. Here also to die equal death. Caption 3. Example 3. He tried to solve the problem. Here to solve equal solution. Look, explanation and analysis. In this sentence, the infinitive to succeed, to die, and to solve are functioning as object of the verb expect, fear, and tried, respectively. Hence, they are functioning as noun. Do you understand what I say? Go to the next slide. Number 3. As complement of active verb, intransitive verb, and auxiliary verbs. First, look at caption 1. A picture of Socrates, who is famous for his words, know thyself. Am I right? Example. First, he appears to be a wise man. Here, appears equal intransitive verb. Caption 2. Example 2. We considered him to be the best in the class. Here, considered equal facultative verb. Caption 3. Example 3. I should go. Here, should equal auxiliary verb, you know. Explanation and analysis. In the first sentence, to be is used as the complement of intransitive verb appear. In second sentence also, to be is used as a complement of a facultative verb consider, and in the third sentence, to is omitted because after modal auxiliary verb, to is omitted. I. It is a bare infinitive. Hence, the bare infinitive is considered as the complement of auxiliary verb. Do you understand what I say? D. As object of a preposition. First, look at the picture, caption 1. Example 1. He was about to speak the truth. Caption 2. He has no choice but to obey. Here, but equal except. Caption 3. Example 3. The speaker is about to begin. Explanation and analysis. In first sentence, the infinitive to speak is functioning as object of the preposition about. In second sentence, but is a conjunction, but here it is used as a preposition, and to is used as an object of that preposition but, and the third sentence is same as the first sentence. Hence, to speak, to obey, and to begin are functioning as noun. Do you understand what I say? Infinitive used as adjective. Look, A. To qualify an adjective as, first look at the picture, caption number 1. What is this? Can you say? Okay, sure. This is figs. Example 1. Figs are good to eat. Caption 2. Example 2. The boys are anxious to learn. Caption 3. Example 3. I will always have a friend to talk to me. Explanation and analysis. In this sentence, the infinitive to it modifies the noun fix. Similarly, to learn modifies the noun the boys, and to talk modifies the noun friend. So, to eat, to learn, and to talk are used as adjective. Do you understand? We know that adjective qualifies noun or pronoun. I think you got understand. Go to the next slide. Infinitive uses adverb. Number A. To modify verb as adverb. First, look at the picture, caption number 1. Example 1. She walked to breathe in some fresh air. Caption number 2. Example 2. For him to fail in the exam disappointed us. Number 3. Example 3. I intended to publish my book Lalan Puki, The Scientist of Soul. Explanation and analysis. In this sentence, the infinitives to breathe modifies the verb walk. Similarly, to fail modifies the verb disappointed, and to publish modifies the verb intended. So, to breathe, to fail, and to publish are used as adverb. We know that adverb modifies verb. Do you understand what I said? I think you got understand. So let's go to the next slide. Hello dear students. Bored? I think you are bored now. So let's take a break. What about bare infinitive? Bare infinitive, that means omitted of to. The word to is usually the sign of the infinitive mode, but there are some verbs which take the infinitive after them without the to. Do you understand what I said? Look at the picture and think about it. I hear thee speak of a better land. Look at the picture and think about it. I saw him take aim with his bow. Look at the picture and think about it. You need not send those books to me. Look at the picture and think about it. I feel the cold air strike against my face. Look at the picture and think about it. He dares not say this in open day. Look at the picture and think about it also. He made me come and sit beside him. Look at the picture and think about it. I let him go back to his own house. Look at the picture and think about it. What is he doing? They bade me tell them the right road. Look at the picture and think about it. We watched him go and come. Look at the picture and think about it also. I have known him laugh for nothing. Look, the man is laughing for nothing. Explanation and analysis at a glance. Most of these verbs occur in the following examples and bare infinitives. First, I hear thee speak of a better land. Here, speak is used as a bare infinitive. Look, to speak, this is simple infinitive, and only speak, this is used as a bare infinitive. Okay. Number 2, I saw him take aim with his bow. Here, take is used as bare infinitive. Number 3, you need not send those books to me. You need not send those books to me. Here, send is used as a bare infinitive also. Number 4, I feel the cold air strike against my face. Number 5, he dares not say this in offending. Number 6, she made me come and sit beside him. Number 7, I let him go back to his own house. Number 8, they bade me tell them the right road. Number 9, we watched him go and come. Last of all, number 10, I have known him laugh for nothing. Do you understand? In the bracket, 2 plus verb, this is general infinitive or simple infinitive. But without 2, the verb number 1, speak, number 2, take, number 3, send. Similarly, all these are the bare infinitive. Do you understand what I say? Reference, English Grammar Series by J.C. Nesfield, Book 2, page 55. So go to the next slide. More about bare infinitive. Bare infinitive is applied after modal auxiliary verbs. The 2 is also left out after the modal auxiliary verbs and after all the defective verbs except out. Number 1, he shall go equals he is ordered to go. Number 2, I can go equals I am able to go. Number 3, I could go equals I was able to go. Number 4, I should go equals I ought to go. Number 5, I must go equals I am compelled to go. Number 6, I may go equals I am permitted to go. Number 7, I might go equals I was permitted to go. Number 8, I will go equals I am willing to go. Number 9, I would go equals I was willing to go. Number 10, I do go equals I go. And number 11, I did go equals I went. Reference book English Grammar Series by J.C. Nesfield, Book 2, page 56. So go to the next slide. More about bare infinitive. Need and dare as modal auxiliary verbs. Note: simple infinitive, that means 2 plus verb, should be applied if the need and dare are used as principal verb. On the other hand, if they are used as modal auxiliary verbs, the two must be omitted. Remember that unless the verb is followed by not. Look, first, I dare to do this anywhere. Number 2, I dare not do this in open day. Number 3, you need to water the garden today. Number 4, you need not water the garden today. Explanation and analysis. In the first and third sentence, dare and need are used as principal verb. But in the second and fourth sentence, dare not and need not are used as modal auxiliary verb because they are negative sentence. I think you are clear now. Thank you all. Stay home, stay safe. You are invited to watch my next classes. Allah Hafiz.